كثير مما يمكن أن نتحدث عنه.
So happy birthday to Brian. I'll let you guys celebrate amongst yourselves afterwards. In just these first 50 days, the president has taken many key steps towards delivering on the pledges he made to the American people
الرئيس
as a
اتخذ
candidate.
خطوات عديدة لتنفيذ وعوده إلى الشعب الأمريكي، ونلاحظ تعزيز الثقة بالاقتصاد، والرئيس ترامب يعرف جيدا ما الذي ينبغي القيام به لتنشيط السوق، وهناك أخبار جيدة للعاملين والموظفين الأمريكيين. إلى حد الآن تم إيجاد أكثر من 200,000 وظيفة، وهناك نشاط كبير في قطاعات اقتصادية عديدة، وهناك تفاؤل أو جو من التفاؤل الاقتصادي، مما جعل الكثيرين يعودون إلى مجال العمل في مشاريع البنية التحتية وغيرها. وأيضا تم تبسيط الإجراءات الإدارية، وأيضا وعد الرئيس بإعادة بناء وتحديث القوات المسلحة الأمريكية، وهناك حماية للبلد من دخول المجرمين والإرهابيين. وقد عزز قوانين الهجرة وأصدر قرارا تنفيذيا يهدف إلى زيادة الأمن والسلامة للشعب الأمريكي، وأعطى تعليماته لتوظيف 15,000 موظف جديد من أجل دعم تطبيق هذه الإجراءات. هناك أيضا خطوات لدعم المؤسسات الصغيرة، وتم كذلك تغيير نظام رعاية صحية المعروف باسم أوباما كير بنظام جديد. الإدارة تتخذ خطوات إضافية لإرساء الاستقرار في المجال الطبي والتأمين الصحي، مما يسهل شراء وثائق التأمين الصحي، وذلك بوضع قواعد وقوانين واضحة وهناك إجراءات تتم دراستها لتسهيل العملية ونشر وتمكين أكبر عدد من الأمريكيين من الاستفادة من هذا القانون الجديد. هناك صفحة وعلى موقع الإنترنت إلغاء قانون أوباما وتعويضه بقانون جديد، وسيكون هناك وثائق سيتم توزيعها لتوضيح كيفية عمل هذا القانون الجديد. الرئيس سوف يعقد مجموعة من الاجتماعات ويواصل من خلالها تطبيق الوعود التي قطعها على نفسه للشعب الأمريكي. وقد عبر الرئيس ترامب عن سروره لرؤية قانون الرعاية الصحية الجديد مرحلتين أوليين في إطار المراحل المختلفة لتبني هذا القانون.
In attendance at the meeting, including the Vice President, were Congresswoman Black,
وحضر الاجتماع نائب الرئيس وعدد من أعضاء اللجان المتخصصة في الكونغرس
and Chairman Goodlatte of the Judiciary Committee. In addition to this Hill outreach, senior officials at the Department of Health and Human Services
وكان هناك عدد من الموظفين السامين الذين التقوا بكبار المسؤولين للتشاور وتوفير أفضل الظروف من أجل وضع نظام رعاية صحية شاملة ومهمة. وقام الرئيس أيضا اجتمع بعدد من المسؤولين في الإدارة الأمريكية منهم وزير الخارجية وأوصى بالتعامل مع القطاع الخاص. ونهاية الأسبوع سيقضيه الرئيس هنا في البيت الأبيض، ومكتب نائب الرئيس أعلن خطته عن زيارة إلى ولاية كنتاكي. وسوف يتحدث نائب الرئيس عن البرنامج الرئيس وخاصة فيما يتعلق بإلغاء ونظام أوباما كير وتعويضه بنظام جديد.
The committee determined that by unanimous vote, Judge Gorsuch was given a, quote, well-qualified mark for the Supreme Court. The President looks forward to seeing Judge Gorsuch receive a speedy and fair hearing and an up-and-down vote on the Senate floor. Finally, the President's weekly address is out. It discusses Women's History Month and his plans to repeal and replace Obamacare. It aired this morning on Facebook Live. It is now available to watch on YouTube and whitehouse.gov. I encourage everyone to go check it out. And with that, I'll be glad to take your questions.
والآن يمكنني أن أقبل أسئلتكم.
I was going to say your pen's upside down.
John Roberts always helping with the fashion tips.
It's still upside down.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
شكرا. العلم كان مقلوبا.
John, now on to your questions. But thank you.
Our involvement of sending Rangers and Marines into Syria marks a dramatic change.
إمكانية تدخل قوات المارينز في سوريا سوف يمثل تغيرا مهما على الأرض.
Marine artillery unit and a team of Rangers have recently
been
positioned in Syria to provide combined joint task force operation inherent resolve and commander the agility to expedite the destruction of ISIS in Raqqa in particular. The exact numbers of the forces are still a sensitive order to protect the location of the forces. There will be approximately an additional 400 enabling forces deployed under existing authorities for a temporary period.
وذلك لفترة مؤقتة لتمكين القوات التي تحارب تنظيم الدولة من تحقيق الانتصار. وهناك مرونة بالنسبة للقادة للقيام بما ينبغي القيام به لتنفيذ هذه المهمة. لكن في النهاية سوف يكون للجنرالات أن ينفذوا خططهم من أجل هزيمة تنظيم الدولة. إن ذلك يبدو أنه سيعقد الأمور في حين أن تركيا تعتبر أن الأكراد هم أعداء. هناك مشكلة كبيرة أيضا بالنسبة للعراق، إذن ما هي الخطط لما بعد القضاء على تنظيم الدولة؟ من الأمور التي ذكرتها هو أن جزء من ما قام به الرئيس في أول 50 يوما، وقد طلب من وزير الدفاع أن يقدم تقريرا أو خطة شاملة، وهي جزء من تلك الخطة، وأنتم ترون هذه المقاربة الشاملة للوضع في سوريا، وهي الهزيمة الساحقة لتنظيم الدولة ووزير الدفاع والقادة العسكريون. لن أدخل في التفاصيل، سوف يكون لدي معلومات أخرى، سوف نعود إلى ذلك.
Sean, the chair and ranking member of the House Intelligence Committee have asked the Justice Department to turn over any information that they have.
العراقيون طلبوا أن
President-elect Trump, candidate Trump, Trump Tower. If there is no
هناك سؤال عن أي معلومات عن كون الرئيس أوباما قد سجل مكالمات أو رئيس ترامب في البرج. أنت تسأل ماذا لو كان هناك دليل. لن ندخل في هذه الافتراضات، ننتظر أن يكون هناك تحقيق أو تقرير وسوف نرد آنذاك. السيناتور كوري غاردنر قال إنه لا يؤمن بأن ما نقوم به على الحدود المكسيكية هو الطريقة الأفضل للتعامل مع الوضع. الرئيس كان واضحا، هناك شيء وعد به الأمريكيين لحماية الأمن والاقتصاد الأمريكي، وقد بدأ يعمل مع الجهات المختصة لوضع عملية وإجراءات معينة، لكنه مصر على أن ينفذ ذلك الوعد. بالنظر أنه في الفترة الانتقالية ماذا يقوم البيت الأبيض بإغلاق أو بإيقاف بعض الموارد؟ المدير موبيني سوف ينشر الميزانية في يوم 16 من هذا الشهر، ونحن نقترب من 20 تريليون من الدين، وسوف نعمل مع الجهات المختصة كي ننفق على الأولويات. وهناك حوارات تدور بين جميع الأطراف المعنية بمتابعة من نائب الرئيس. علينا أولا أن نعلن عن الميزانية ونفعل ما يمكن لنا القيام به.
I understand. Right, you're talking. That's fiscal year 17, but I think they go hand in hand. I think you need to close out FY17, and then I think our budget lays out where we want to go in FY18. And I think once we have a handle on FY18, we can start to backfill.
نتعامل مع البندين F17 و F18.
I appreciate we're not having that discussion here. John Gizzi.
Yeah. Thank you, Sean. And I will honor the one question.
Thank you.
The President has said in the past that he
الرئيس قال إنه يرحب بالحلول الوسيطة بالنسبة لقانون الهجرة. ونانسي بلوسي زعيمة المعارضة قالت إنها تود أن يكون هناك مجموعة شاملة حول الهجرة. ما هو موقف الإدارة، إدارة ترامب؟
That's correct.
I think the president has been very clear.
أعتقد أن الرئيس كان واضحا خلال الحملة.
But he looks forward to engaging
هو
with members
يبحث
to
عن
find a way
التفاعل
forward
أو
to fix our broken
التعامل
immigration system.
مع
That bill in particular, I think, is a
الأطراف
non-starter. It was a
المختلفة
non-starter when it came out the first time.
لإصلاح
I think it continues to be a non-starter,
منظومة
but the president recognizes
الهجرة إلى
that the
الولايات
system is
المتحدة.
broken and that he wants to work with Congress to fix it.
وهو يريد أن يعمل مع الكونغرس لإصلاح
Does the
الأمر.
White House believe there's such a thing as the deep state that's actively working to undermine the
هل
president?
تعتقد إذا الأمريكي بأن
Well, I think
هناك
that
ما
there's no
يسمى
question when you have 8 years of
بالدولة
one
العميقة
party
التي
in office,
تعمل
that there are people who
من المؤكد أن
stay in government
هناك
affiliated with
من
join and
يبقون
continue
في
to espouse
الحكومة
the agenda of the previous administration. So I don't think it should come as any surprise that there are people
يطبقون أجندة
burrowed
الرئيس
into
القادم.
government during 8 years of the last administration.
وهذا مفهوم من عملوا خلال ال8 سنوات مع الرئيس السابق قد يودون الاستمرار بنفس الطريقة.
I don't think the CIA does not. That's not part of the CIA's mandate under any circumstances.
وكالة الاستخبارات الأمريكية ليست جزءا في هذه المسألة.
February jobs numbers.
I'm sure they did.
My question to you, how much do you feel that President Trump
كم
should be credited
تعتقد
for that? And how
أن
would you
الرئيس
characterize
ترامب
the economy that President Trump
يستحق
was
في
handed
ما
over
حصل في الوضع الاقتصادي؟
Numbers are going to go up and down. We recognize
الأرقام
that.
سوف
But I think
ترتفع
there's no question when you look
وتنخفض
at the CEOs that hire people and the
إلى
CEOs that have talked about the investment that they want to make in America.
التنفيذيين للمؤسسات
You can
الأمريكية.
look back over the last several
يمكن أن
administrations.
ننظر
I don't
خلال
believe
الإدارات
I've ever
السابقة.
seen
لا
the number of
أعتقد أننا
CEOs
رأينا هذا
and
العدد
businesses
من
come out and talk
الرؤساء
about
التنفيذيين الذين
investments and
يأتون
continuing
ويتحدثون
investments
عن
and expansion of investments
الاستمرار
or
في
hiring based on the vision
الاستثمار
and
بناء
agenda of an
على
administration the way they have in this one.
رؤية
And so
الإدارة
it's not just a
الجديدة.
question of what we believe.
لأنها ليست
I think if you look at the automakers,
ما نعتقده نحن
the other
ونراه، ولكن
manufacturers,
أيضا جميع الأطراف من
and frankly some of the
الصانعين
service industries that have come out and
والخدمات
talked about the
وغيرها
investment that they're going to make
أتوا
or the
وتحدثوا عن
continuation
الاستثمارات
of a
وعن
project that they had going
استمرارهم في
or the
تنفيذ
movement
مشاريعهم
of a
وأيضا حركة
manufacturing plant or a
خطة
job investment.
الصناعات
Those speak for
والمصانع.
themselves. It's not a question of what
هذه
we believe.
تتحدث
I
عن
think it's a question
نفسها.
of the commitment that U.S.
هناك
manufacturers
التزام
and job
من
creators and businesses
الصانعين
are making because they
ورجال
want to
الصناعة
buy into
الأمريكية
the president's
الذين
agenda and vision
تبنوا
for
رؤية
creating more
الرئيس
tax and regulatory
وبرنامجه فيما
business-friendly
يتعلق
environment to grow.
بتخفيض
And I
الضرائب
think those speak for themselves.
وعودة المصانع إلى الولايات المتحدة.
The policies already have had an impact.
Absolutely. Look at the confidence indexes. They're all going to the top. I think the stock market has generated over $3 billion of additional wealth since he was elected. There are several economic indicators that show signs of strength because of the president's vision and agenda. And I don't think that that's, that's any secret. I mean, when you talk to the economists, when you talk to business leaders, they have confidence in the president's agenda that it will yield for a more favorable business climate to hire more Americans, to expand the manufacturing base in America, to make us more competitive around the globe. And so, I do believe that, but I don't think it's a question of what I believe or what the administration believes. I think if you look at what outside economists and what business leaders do, they confirm that.
التبني العام يدل على صحة هذه الرؤية. هل يعتقد الرئيس
Yeah, I talked to the president prior to this, and he said to quote him very clearly, they may have been phony in the past, but it's very real now. Sarah.
إن ما يجري الآن حقيقي.
Clear up what appears to be some tension between what you said yesterday about when the administration or the president was made aware of General Flynn's foreign lobbying ties and the AP reporting today that the transition team was informed of Flynn's potential need to register.
So there's a big difference between when he filed, which was the other day, 2 days ago, and what happened then. What the AP is reporting, just so we're clear, is that a personal lawyer of General Flynn's contacted a transition lawyer and asked for guidance on what he should or should not do. The lawyer was instructed that that wasn't the role of the transition, and that it was up to the personal lawyer to work with the appropriate authorities or subject matter experts to determine what was appropriate and what was not appropriate in terms of filing. But this was a personal matter. It's a business matter. It's not something that would be appropriate for a government entity to give someone guidance on when they should file as an individual, as a private citizen. That was the guidance that was given, which is consistent with what should be done. And so I don't think it should be a shock to anybody that if you're asked a government lawyer what you should do in your private capacity as a citizen, they're going to tell you should consult experts in that area to determine what you should or should not do.
The transition was aware of that advice. Why wasn't that then just the president made aware that that recommendation had been given?
There are tons of individuals that consult with with the lawyers and with ethics experts and say, I own this stock, well, I have to sell it, I own a business, I own this house. And for the most part, they're given guidance as to, hey, go seek professional help, consult with this entity, consult with a lawyer. I mean, it's almost like, asking someone for tax advice, calling, and what you will, if you call the IRS and say, hey, I want to know what I should do with this, they will tell you to consult a tax attorney. That's not the job of a government official, is to tell you what you should or should not do in your capacity as a private citizen. And so it's a vastly different scenario that any, whether you, regardless of what department you call in government, if you call the Department of Education and ask them about education standards, they'll probably refer you to a local entity or to a teacher if you're asking about your own child. That's not why government officials, they're very clear about the line between private action and government action. Jordan.
Thanks, Sean. Does the president agree with House conservatives that the sunset date for the Medicaid expansion should be moved up to the end of next year?
Well, I think the bill that is before the House right now, the reconciliation piece, and again, I cannot reiterate it enough, it's part of a three-pronged process. But the current process does several things. Number one, it's the first time that you're going to have a full addressing of an entitlement like this in decades. It is actually a very, very good thing for conservatives when you look at how we're going to address Medicaid and an entitlement that many conservatives have fought for years need to be addressed. But that being said, the president's also been very clear through all of the discussions, and I've commented on that throughout the week, that as he meets with members of Congress and outside groups, that if someone's got an idea that can make this legislation more accessible, give more choice to American people, drive down costs, make it more patient-centered, he wants to listen to it. But I think right now that's where the bill stands. We're going to continue to listen and work with members of the House and then eventually the Senate. And so I don't want to prejudge the process itself. But the bill was crafted in a way that I think represents the president's thinking and in a very smart way of addressing entitlements and going forward. Francesco.
The president is willing to negotiate on the sunset of the expansion.
Right now, the date that's in the bill is what the president supports. He is willing to listen to individuals on different aspects of the bill that might make it that might achieve the goals that he set out. But it's not a question of negotiation. We have a date in the bill, and that's the date in the bill. But I think as the bill continues to work its way through the House, and that goes for Speaker Ryan. He's got members that are approaching him with ideas, and I'm sure he's listening to them as well. Senator McConnell's probably dealing with the same issue in the Senate. And that's the way that the process is going to work. And I've made it very clear since the get-go that this process is going to be one where we're going to take the best ideas, we're going to listen to individuals, and try to make sure that we achieve the goals that the president has laid out and the principles that he has laid out. Francesca.
Piggybacking off John and John, at a breakfast this morning, the same one he referenced, Nancy Pelosi also said it could possibly be true of the president's allegations against the former president, because that is not how our system works. She also said Obama would not do that, and it would be a waste of time for the House Intelligence Committee to investigate that allegation. Does the White House have any evidence to refute House Minority Leader's House Minority Leader former Speaker Pelosi's claim? And could you explain why the president hasn't asked the FBI chief about this directly?
I think we spoke very clearly about what we'd like to happen last Sunday. I'm going to reiterate it. We believe that the House and Senate Intelligence Committee